to get this job done. He gave up his junior middleweight championship. He wants the more prestigious middleweight crown held by his opponent and the favorite of his crowd, of course, Sumbu Kalambay, who now lives just about 20 miles from here, nearby Ancona, a native of Zaire. Of course, McCallum, a native of Jamaica. They're very well matched, and right now Kalambay, the champion, is the 2-to-1 underdog. It was as high as 3-to-1 against the challenger Mike McCallum. Hello again, everybody. I'm Don Chevrier along with Angelo Dundee. Now, we know, Angelo, what McCallum has come to do. How can he go about getting what he wants, the title?
Well, he's going to have to be very persistent. Kalambay is very quick, very smart, in and out, style-wise. He's going to have to put the pressure. Oddly enough, he's got a small ring to work with.
That's what I was going to ask you. It's a 16-foot ring. It's customary in Italy to have a ring that small, but normally when it's in the favorite's home ballpark, he gets to design the outfield fences to his liking. This is not the Kalambay's liking, the small ring.
No, this is strictly not Kalambay's ring. He's going to have to go and do his thing. Style-wise, got a box, keep moving. Don't fight with McCallum, because that'll be a no-no.
Well, he's known as the body snatcher, Mike McCallum is, and with good reason. He is perhaps the best body puncher in the game today.
That he is. The pressure's there. He boxes. He does a real good number.
All right, speaking of numbers, let's check them now on the tail of the tape between these two here. And really, there's a great similarity between the two. There's a slight edge to Mike McCallum in size and also reach advantage by a couple of inches, but not really all that much. The last time I saw Kalambay was his victory for the championship of the WBA middleweight ranks over Iran Barkley of the Bronx in New York, in Livorno, across the other coast in Italy. And it was not a spectacular win, but a methodically, steadily worked out win, and he deserved certainly the victory that night. But was he that good, or was Barkley that ordinary? Many people left asking those questions. He certainly has not fought the caliber of opponent that a Mike McCallum has, Angelo.
No, he definitely has not, but you got to remember, in Barkley, he was in with a supreme good banger. So evidently, he's got a real good chin.
I know that as this first round gets underway, it is scheduled for 12, the WBA middleweight title. You think Kalambay has got a chance to get to McCallum early, if that's how he chooses to go?
Early on, because McCallum's always been a very slow starter. I don't know what the reason is, but he's very slow getting started, and I think Kalambay's going to take advantage of that early on. Watching
them in the ring, there was a bit of a delay with the anthems being played, 3 different anthems here. Of course, for Jamaica, Zaire, the native countries of both fighters, and the host country tonight, Italy. Notice that Kalambay was twitchy, and McCallum looked very placid, very, very relaxed.
Well, I think he realized he's fighting a real class champion in McCallum. After all, he's the best fighter he's ever fought, to my opinion. So he knows what he's got to do. He's doing it before his home folks.
Kalambay doing what he did against Barkley so effectively, and that is just move constantly to his left around this ring, jabbing as he goes. That's his style. Maybe McCallum a little more tentative, although he is a slow starter in this first round. Tentative in going to the body, which he does so well.
Style-wise, I'm catching on to Kalambay. He's got a little bit of an awkward way about himself, twitching his shoulder, moving one way, going the other way. He's got his own little style, and I think McCallum's going to have to try to phantom it, because it's not the usual type of style McCallum has fought.
McCallum picking many of those jabs off with his gloves, but coming up short with the jab of his own time and time again. He does have a slight reach advantage, Mike McCallum, the taller of the two by 1.5 inches. Now, in contrast to the last bout we worked, Angelo, in Atlantic City about a month ago, the hostility between Vinny Pazienza and Greg Haugen was so evident. There is none of that here, and I think the fight, too, will be correspondingly different. Not as frantic a pace that was set that day, certainly.
Well, actually, McCallum is going at a slow pace, snail pace. He's letting Kalambay take the play.
A couple of minutes into round 1, scheduled for 12 in Pesaro, Italy, on the Adriatic Sea. Kalambay is a good counterpuncher. We saw a little evidence of it there. We'll see more as the bout progresses. There's a good jab that gets a rise out of this crowd by Kalambay.
Well, that's the quickness of Kalambay. You're going to hear a lot of screaming and hollering like that. A couple of those 3 of those shots didn't land.
But he certainly has been the more active of the two in the first round. That has caught the crowd's eye. But a first round not exactly brimming with action as they feed each other up. Get ready to go perhaps the distance here of 12 rounds. The seconds ticking down in round one. Mike McCallum coming out to face Sumbu Kalambay, the defending champion, but the underdog here in the second round, scheduled for 12. We heard Lou Duva, the trainer of McCallum, in the corner talking about throwing more punches, double and triple jabs, not just the single jabs that his man McCallum did in the first round.
Yeah, they really got on McCallum's case because they wanted him to pick it up, because he definitely was going too slow a pace to catch up to Kalambay.
You know, McCallum's desire has been questioned over the years, and perhaps with good cause. He is listed as 31 or 32, but we've been unable to really verify that, except the people who keep the documents in Jamaica insist he is 31 years of age, but he's rumored to be as old as 35. He also hasn't fought since he shocked Donald Curry last July, so he could be a little rusty as well.
Well, you know, fighters, when they go up to that 30 age level, they seem to lose a year here and there.
Good chopping right by Kalambay.
Actually was a miss, but I'm telling you, the reaction of the crowd's great.
McCallum picked off part of it. And McCallum has not been able to get inside and go to the body with the regularity we thought he would early. Starting very, very slowly here.
Near the end of that last round, first round, McCallum threw a real good low blow.
If there is such a thing as he gets turned around there, we'd like to alert our local stations that at the end of this round, we'll be taking a station break. This is round two, scheduled for 12. McCallum certainly has the greater power of the two by far. Kalambay not known for his big power. Now the referee, John Coyle of England, telling him to keep him up.
That's a second low blow. He had a right to tell him that. McCallum, you know, has those long arms, and when he swings some of those hooks, they do go south of the border.
He digs that, but that was in legal territory. He's above the belt. Now they get a struggle. Out a good left, and Kalambay shook that one off. Comes back with some jabs of his own. Low again.
Yeah, the referee didn't see it. It was to the opposite side. McCallum really did a good left hook to the body there, and it was at the knee. Kalambay slipping punches real well. That's the awkwardness. It's his own way of slipping the shot.
That right, though, did get through. Mike McCallum, infinitely more active here in this round. And we will be back with ABC's Wide World of Sports after this message from our local station. Now circling to the left is Sumbu Kalambay, the defending champion. This WBA middleweight title is on the line. Mike McCallum now on the left, native of Jamaica, fought for Jamaica in the Olympic Games, the Commonwealth Games. Boxed as a pro in Canada, boxed as now a pro in the United States. The first native-born Jamaican to win a world title. He's doing what Lou Duva told him. The referee, John Coyle, all over him for low blows. Duva told him go to the body, but he should have said the body and the belt and above.
John Coyle, being an English referee, he won't tolerate none of that. He don't want none of those low blows. He'll control this fight.
And this crowd will see to it that he does.
They'll remind him here and there.
I would think so. But despite the body shots, many of them low, Kalambay sticks with his plan, is circling to his left and jabbing as he goes. We talked about Kalambay not being known for his power, and yet among his 43 victories, he does have 24 knockouts. But McCallum, who bangs hard now with the left hand twice, first body then head, of his 32 victories, he's unbeaten, has knocked out 29 opponents.
McCallum really does pressure. He's taking it to him, backing him off. The only thing I see with McCallum doing wrong, he's crossing his feet in there. If Kalambay, see when he floats left, if he slides his left, Kalambay throws a left hook, we're liable to see a knockdown.
Well, there's a small ring. We talked about it, just 16 feet, and that is ready-made. There's the good left. He slipped those, he threw it. Ready-made for McCallum, who doesn't have to go far to find this man, who has greater hand and foot speed than he does. right hand thrown by Kalambay gets a rise from the crowd. He's coming up short, though, with much of these. There's a good right. That got through by Mike McCallum. A glancing right hand. But he is having a certain amount of difficulty, McCallum, getting inside this man where he wants to be. And now a combination from Kalambay, the counterpuncher.
Kalambay is much slicker than I thought he was.
Yes, he is.
He's slipping punches well, and he's countering well.
He does respect the power of McCallum. He has felt that fury already in the early stages. Getting late now in round 3.
Tell you, we got a good fight in our hands. I like it because the way they're both using the ring and they're outsmarting each other in a lot of spots.
Well, you see the experience on both men coming out here as this round comes to an end. This is round 4 in Fazer, Italy. Don Chevrolet and Angelo Dundee ringside with you. As Angelo said, the last round, the makings of a very good bout. These two very well matched. You sense the power potential of McCallum, but the incredible strategy and the technique intelligently used by Kalambay.
Only thing McCallum's got to watch out for, not look for the big punch. Put the punches together, throw them in combination, because Kalambay does slip good shots and he gets away from punch and he counter punches well if McCallum just throw 1 or 2 shots.
He does counterpunch very well. Saw that on the bout with Iran Barkley back in October. Kalambay on the right now. Gets a good solid shot with the right that comes back with one of his own. Catches McCallum with the left hand. Next Saturday on ABC's Wide World of Sports, we'll have Pernell Whitaker, one of the '84 Olympians, against Jose Luis Ramirez from Paris for you. World Lightweight Championship, WBC version. The WBA middleweight crown on the line here tonight in Italy.
For the first time, Kalambay showed some frustration there. He got nailed a little bit of a low shot again, and he tried to replay in kind. He can't do that. He's got to fight just the way he's fighting to be in there.
Oh, McCallum likes to take advantage of an opponent's mistakes. Generally an accurate puncher, though those low blows give lie to that statement earlier in the bout. Unless he intended to get that far south. And just sitting behind us, watching very intently, Kalambay's wife, Rosa, and she is holding on her lap their 4-year-old son, Patricio. That is the name that the Italian people have given Sumbu Kalambay, who's become one of them. And now has got them roaring as he goes after Mike McCallum with body shots and makes him back up. The body snatcher McCallum has not yet come to take this man. Kalambay, as a 16-year-old, had started boxing, attended the Ali Foreman fight in Zaire. You remember that one well, Angelo, and he goes to the body now. A chopping left counter hand by McCallum, but Kalambay taking the show away.
Got an excellent jab. He's setting it up. He chops it over and under. He's really doing a number.
That is what he did to Barkley. That is what he's doing to McCallum here. He's making that jab pay off for him as this round comes to a close in Pesaro. Well, if a champion can be underrated, that makes sense. Then Kalambay, in the eyes of some, fits that description. Perhaps not from his very avid following here in Italy, but in other quarters of the world, the jury is still out on him. But he's doing a pretty good job with Mike McCallum so far, Angelo.
Well, I think if people around the country and, the United States are going to know that he's a very, very good fighter, and he belongs in that middleweight division. He is the champion, and he's showing it.
He's in pretty good company with Frank Tate, Thomas Hearns, and an interesting mix coming up in this middleweight division. The winner tonight will certainly join in some promising opportunities ahead.
Corner of Kalambay, Galaxy, the manager told him to back up McCallum. He says, get him back, get him back. Adentro, adentro.
Well, of his 32 fights, we mentioned his 29 knockouts, but McCallum has stopped 23 of those within 5 rounds, and this is round 5, and there's no sign that he is Kalambay in any kind of trouble at all. Again, McCallum has not fought since July 18th when he destroyed Donald Curry last year. That's quite a long layoff.
Kalambay's style is definitely confusing McCallum. He's getting him a lot of moves in there. He's zigging, he's zagging. He's really messing up McCallum. And McCallum can't time a punch. He's trying to time a big shot. He's not getting it in.
He can't get inside and work to that body as he has done so many times in the past and as his corner has urged him to today. Now on my card, Angelo, there's a good exchange right there. McCallum got a couple of shots back, but so did Kalambay. I've got it 3 rounds to 1. You might even consider it a shutout for Kalambay at this stage.
At this point, you may. Kalambay is actually countering McCallum's right hand. He slides on it and he comes up with an uppercut. And every time McCallum throws a long, loopy right hand, he gets countered.
And Kalambay doesn't appear to be the kind of man that you can wear down and hope to capitalize on in the later rounds. He has the faster hand speed and foot speed in superb condition. Gets the right off. McCallum comes back for more upper body movement, keeping him out of the reach of those punches. Countered with the left hand, just missed with these jabs. But the crowd loves every move by Kalambay.
Kalambay's utilizing that left hook. When he moves to the left, he slides in and nails it with a left hook.
Another impressive round by the defending champion, Sumbu Kalambay of Italy, as round 5 draws to a close in Pesaro. You are looking at Sumbu Kalambay in his mandatory title defense, and it is going all too well for him here into the 6th round as they approach the halfway mark, the WBA middleweight championship.
You know that Kalambay's idol is Muhammad Ali, as you can tell, even with the tassels on his shoes.
Yes.
Because he really is crazy about Muhammad. I had a couple of conversations with him. In my halting Italian, because he speaks Italian, but his native tongue is French, actually.
And he now lives in Italy. I want to remind you that tomorrow, as McCallum's frustration continues here, the Vintage Chrysler Invitational for senior golfers will be covered. Final round action. And also Florida and conference rival LSU in college basketball. It all begins at 2 Eastern time on ABC tomorrow. And now he gets turned around, and he is cautioned by the referee, John Coyle. That is Kalambay for turning away from McCallum. Good right, good left by Kalambay. You'll also see Iowa, Illinois, regionally in college basketball tomorrow. The pace, frankly, a little better than I expected, Angelo.
Oh, McCallum's picking up the pace, but Kalambay is staying right with him. They're both in superb condition.
Yet despite this very small ring, McCallum has not been able to really catch this man because of the technique and style and the cleverness of Kalambay.
Very small ring, but a fast ring. The canvas is tight as a drum. Only thing with these ropes, they're all plastic wrapped up in them. And when they bang into those ropes, believe they bounce off.
But the trademark of McCallum is the body snatcher, and that simply has not been the way he's been able to operate, despite the urgings of his cornerman, Lou Duva. Left, good right thrown by Kalambay. Couple of scoring jabs that followed. McCallum tries to get inside and work the body briefly. Kalambay back with a right to the midsection of McCallum, and a combination with both hands, scoring. He is piling up very big points, the champion here, late in this round. And this crowd chanting Patricio Calambay's new name. Love what they see. The 6th round comes to a close.
It took 2,000 years.
Don Chevrier with Angelo Dundee and Pesaro, Italy. This is the 7th round of the WBA middleweight championship bout. On the right is the champion. Now circling left, Sumbu Kalambay, who's had a field day at the expense of the challenger, Mike McCallum. McCallum may have left his bid for a middleweight championship, moving up from the junior middleweight ranks, which he dominated a little bit too long, Angelo.
Well, I'll tell you, he made this middleweight thing easy, but the thing I noticed after the weigh-in, he was sucking on a lot of liquid. They both made the weight very easily.
But his age catching up with McCallum. Surely the swiftness of Kalambay has bothered him throughout this bout. Is he really 35? Is he 31 or 32, as his records indicate, back in his native Jamaica?
You know what happens, Don? These guys get old in the ring, and there's no changing it. And the way he let that shot go, that was an old move.
They could age before your eyes, in other words.
That's
almost.
right before your eyes, these kids get old. It doesn't mean way up in age, or could be a 29, 28-year-old guy get old in the ring.
Of course, Frank Tate owns the IBF middleweight title. Thomas Hearns the WBC version. This is the WBA middleweight crown. Kalambay won it from Lorraine Barkley. Another caution about a low blow from McCallum. From John Coyle, the referee, who has not had to do that since the 2nd round, when he had to step in 3 or 4 times. We want to alert our local stations at the end of this round. We'll be taking a station break.
McCallum's reaching. He's going to have to set something up off his jab, and don't be reaching. He's looking for one punch. And, you know, it may not come with this guy, because Kalambay is very slick, and he slides the punches, and he counters well with the right uppercut.
Well, as we saw the Donald Curry bout, one punch did indeed turn that around rather dramatically. And until that point, McCallum hadn't fared that well, as he is not faring well with Kalambay. But there's a good right thrown by Kalambay, and the crowd here responds to it.
Kalambay is a very smart boxer with that jab. He moves over, he cuts off the ring, and he's throwing some real good counter punches.
I don't think that he has ever hurt McCallum. They tend to wear him down as they accumulate, but he certainly has outpointed him. The 3 judges at ringside will decide if they're from Venezuela, Puerto Rico, and Panama. And their cards have to indicate a huge lead for Sumbu Kalambay at this stage. And we'll be back with ABC's Wide World of Sports after this message from our local stations. Here is the 8th round from Pesaro, Italy. It's becoming increasingly obvious on most scorecards at ringside that Mike McCallum on the right is going to have to try to stop this man. But Kalambay has never been taken out. He's only been knocked down twice in his career.
McCallum's looking to load up with his punches. They want him to pressure in the corner. Lou Duva wants him to step in, but he's not doing it. He's trying to set him up for the one big punch, and it may never come all night long. And what's going to happen, he's going to lose this fight if he keeps on fighting the way he is.
Well, he's definitely losing it right now. There's a right, jab, left thrown by Kalambay.
The other danger is the next time he throws a low boil, the referee's going to have to take away a point, because he's warned him too many times without taking away a point.
He gets the left through. George Benton also with Duve in the corner, urging him to go to the body, but McCallum, just with a look at his face, tries to tell him it's much easier said than done, fellas. I can't get inside. I can't get near this guy because of that kind of quickness. And there's his wife, Kalambay's wife, Rosa, whom he met in Italy, and their 4-year-old son, Patrick, who gets to stay up late just once to watch Dad defend his championship. They are sitting right behind us and obviously very confident with what they see.
Next low body punch, you're going to see this referee definitely take a point away, because he watched that last punch. It was right at the waistline.
Of course, McCallum Can't get any farther behind than he is right now at points. If they disqualify him, it's different, but he's got to look for the punch to take this man out. That's his only shot now, I think, although it's just the 8th round.
Yeah, because you can't lose a fight, you know, on a low blow.
Yep, you could be taken out of it. Only a minute to go now in this, the 8th round. Those are all attempts to go up top to the head by McCallum. He gets the right through, but gets a counter punch in return. He's not trying to go to the body, but he's taking punishment from Kalambay again.
Kallambay's really slick in there. Used his shoulders well. He slipped 2 or 3 shots. He came up with a big right uppercut.
But there's no question, Angelo, the consistent jab of Kalambay is keeping McCallum at bay. He can't get inside because of it. There he gets a shot to the body, but only one. Kalambay at the end of that exchange fires the right eye. Continues to score well with the jab.
He may have hurt McCallum with that last shot, Don.
He did. 8th round comes to a close.
We're not a company, but no.
It is getting late for Mike McCallum. It also becomes increasingly evident that this could be indeed the twilight of his career. He finally reaches for the middleweight ring on the ladder. As I said before, they leave it too long. He dominated the junior middleweight ranks for so long. Finally moves up where he felt he can get some respect. The kind of respect Larry Holmes wanted. He's having trouble getting it against this man.
Well, he's going to have to knock out this man to get the respect, because otherwise he's losing, and he's going to continue to lose if he don't put his punches together.
Well, if we are not seeing a star born in Kalambay, we are seeing one certainly better exposed to an American audience today. Italians, other Europeans have known what Kalambay can do for quite some time. Ren Barkley found out in October, and now we are seeing what he can do against a ring-wise veteran in Mike McCallum. Next Saturday, Pernell Whitaker, the lightweight championship against Jose Luis Ramirez from Paris. Angelo and I will be ringside for that one for you.
Mike McCallum is actually breathing hard. He's breathing from his mouth. He may have had a slight cold in his nose or something, but he's definitely breathing heavy from his mouth.
Well, he is laboring, and as you said, he was hurt by Kalambay right at the end of that last round.
Yes, he got hit with a shot he didn't expect to get hit with, and that's the kind that hurt, whether you're a puncher or not.
Well, on my card, I have it 6-1-1, and I could be generous in terms of what I've given McCallum. Kalambay again gets a good, solid shot through. In any event, a huge lead for Kalambay.
You're getting with the round bid. I'm getting with the points bid. It's 10-9 rounds. There's that left hook I told you about that Mike crosses his left foot off his right foot, and he gets nailed with a left hook coming in. Kalambay has his own slick way of slipping punches. You catch that, Don?
Yeah.
You use that shoulder of his real well.
Does it very well. But he must be ever mindful of the fact that he still can get hurt by McCallum, but he is hurting him at this stage. Mike is not getting a whole lot of his punches now.
You know what, they're using 10-ounce gloves in there tonight. They're also using attached thumb, which is a safety factor. In other words, you can't thumb each other.
Kind of glove you wonder why wasn't around years ago. And so it continues. Frustration for McCallum, success for Kalambay.
We have
spoken of the frustration of the part of McCallum. It's probably nothing compared to his trainer, Lou Duva.
But
this was the scene between rounds with Duva urging McCallum to get the job done.
Yeah, Mike, don't hesitate.
And we'll try to get that for you.
You got this. Take all your shots.
Corner of,
Come on. Need all these rounds. Come on, Mike. Come on. You got to get out there. You got too much for this guy. Come on. You got too much.
Well, that was part of it. He also said we need this badly, and in fact McCallum does. This bid for a middleweight championship. He's given up the other title he had, the junior middleweight, to attempt this. Now the three judges will have the say if it goes the distance. The referee John Coyle will not do that. The judges from Venezuela, Puerto Rico, and Panama. Kalambay takes one and gives one.
Took a real good shot on a button. He came back and he nails McCallum with a right-hand side himself.
Another caution from the referee from McCallum. In fact, the only blows that have gotten through to the body of Kalambay, it seems, have been the low ones. The body snatcher has not come to take this man. He's headhunting now, trying to take him out if he possibly can.
Well, he can't time his shot because it's the cuteness of Kalambay. He's trying to time a right hand. He got nailed the right hand himself.
Got a right in over the top as Kalambay was turning away. Comes up short with that one, misses with the left. Kalambay indeed a very clever boxer. Mild-mannered, soft-spoken man who shows his real style and flamboyance once he steps into a ring. Connects with a good left to McCallum's jaw.
McCallum's legs are playing tricks on him. Every time he reaches for the fella, he's not close enough to nail him.
Not there. Takes another solid two of them right on the way in. A left and a right as he reaches for the body. Kalambay in total control of this.
McCallum definitely ran out of gas.
That tank is heading for E.
That's it.
Not much of those McCallum punches now. He's a tired boxer through 10 rounds. Oh, what a shot right there.
And in the goal for the United States.
Round 11 is underway. McCallum running out of time and out of gas here against Sumbu Kalambay. The crowd here roaring so much at the end of that last round. They had an extra 7 or 8 seconds of action before the referee finally heard the bell and stopped it. McCallum, with his big knockout record, has only had to go past the 10th round on 2 previous occasions. But here he is in the 11th against a tough cookie.
The slickness and the quickness has really paid off for Kalambay. He's kept McCallum off balance all night long, and he's got him talking to himself, trying to get in there with a shot. He's always off balance, and it's Kalambay that's doing it to him.
He reacts so well to everything. He'll initiate, the jab will get things going for him, but there it is. Whenever McCallum comes on, he shows himself to be a brilliant counterpuncher. So how do you win against a guy like this?
Well, it's a very accomplished fighter, and I tell you, I didn't know he was this slick, really, because with the Barkley fight, it was difficult for me to see these things he's doing.
Well, I'm with you. I did that fight. He looked good against Barkley, but not this good. I mean, this is his shining hour right now for Sumbu Kalambay. On the left, counting down toward retaining his WBA middleweight championship here at home in Italy. It is approaching midnight in Pesaro, but these people are very happy to stay up this late because they're enjoying what they're seeing.
See what that local element means, Don? These people have really got him gassed up. He'll probably be flying in that last round.
Yeah. See, McCallum is pawing at him now, and he pays a big price when he does come after Kalambay, like right here. McCallum has very little left of those blows. Kalambay just too quick for him.
McCallum's total frustration, pushing him off, trying to nail him.
He's about to take a beating here, it looks like.
Yeah.
because he is fatigued. He is weakened tremendously. Instinctively, he comes up with both hands in the direction of Kalambay, but he does very little with them.
The legs are not responding.
Now, he's vulnerable. Round 11 is over. Another big one for Kalambay. This crowd jumping and rising here, 7,000 strong. They paid as much as $50, 60,000 lira ringside, and there is Rosa with little Patricio, who's looking about as tired as McCallum right now, but he's a whole lot happier. Dad's getting the job done.
Really is something the way he can.
Don't try and measure him. Let it go. Let it go. You need a knockout. Drop the punch. You got to knock him out. Let's do it. Mike, come on, baby. You can knock this guy out. You got it all. Now, come on. Get out there.
He's going to have to.
Come on. Come on, Michael. Let's pull it around. Come on. This is the round. You can do it. The guy's hurt out there, but you got to punch out there. Punch. Come on. Don't wait. Don't fight his fight. Let him fight your fight. Get out there.
Very calm scene in the corner of Kalambay. Well, Duva's right about one thing and wrong about another. He's right. McCallum has to knock him out. He's wrong when he says Kalambay is hurt.
Well, what's he trying to do is trying to give this guy a little more impetus, make him feel that the guy's hurt. Because a lot of guys could be led that way.
Yep. You know all about that. Handling fighters in the corner, make them reach as deep as they possibly can.
They gave him a real good belly massage. They put a lot of cold water down his trunks, and I think they're a little wet on the outside.
Soaking wet. It is strictly a long shot from McCallum now. And that is to get in a heavy blow that he's been not able to do all night long. He takes one instead, that hard chopping short right.
He's reaching for Kalambay. He's just not going to land any punches like that. He got to throw everything to the wind and pitch and try to get a knockout, because he can't win it no other way. Got to have a knockout.
McCallum on a mission, knows exactly what he has to do, but oh boy, getting there is not half the fun against this guy.
The way he made him fall into the ropes, that's how slick he is. He's that smart where he makes him fall completely off balance.
He just got off an uppercut, McCallum did, that we haven't seen all night. Usually he's got a pretty complete repertoire.
McCallum just got hurt again with a good right-hand counter. I got to say one thing, McCallum got a great chin, because this youngster hit him with some real good punches.
Another good counter punch right there. Kalambay, an excellent counter puncher, a very complete boxer, a very deserving champion. Patricio, they chant for Kalambay, who's on a countdown to retaining his championship.
Got to say, he fought a perfect fight. Never was in trouble, never was in danger at no time.
Never set out on a campaign to take McCallum out, simply to outsmart him and to outbox him, and he has done that on both counts.
McCallum gets him along the rope, and he actually catch punishment because he gets countered real well. He's a good counter puncher.
So Mike McCallum, barring a miracle here, is seconds away from his first professional loss. He came in at 32-0, 29 knockouts. For the third time, goes over 10 rounds, and probably in a losing cause. We'll be back with a decision for you in just a moment. A scene of jubilation here, the decision coming up right now. Let's go back to Frank Gifford. Don Chevrier back with you in Pesaro, Italy. We are waiting for the decision now. Let's go to the ring announcer and pick up the decision here in this WBA middleweight championship bout. 3 ringside judges scored it. And they are just going over the final points with the ring announcer before he'll let you know. Here it is now. I'll try to read along with what I have as he goes along with the announcement. So it's a unanimous decision. Viso, one judge, 116 to 115. That is very, very close. That is for Kalambay, of course. Ramos, 118 to 114. Also for Kalambay. And the third judge, Perez, from Panama, made it very close as well at 115 to 114. But it's a unanimous decision for Patricio Kalambay. And he is, let's get a word along with Italian television if we can, and our interpreter here. Chaos in the ring as they lift him up. All right, Aldo, would you? Well, I guess we can't get to him right now. Sumbu, was it easier than you thought, this win? Was it easier for you?
È stata più facile di quanto prevedeva?
Molto facile di quanto prevedeva, sì. Era molto facile.
More easy than what he was thinking.
McCallum could not hit you in the body. He could not hit him in the body.
Si è dispiaciuto che lo colpiva molto al petto.
Sì, mi colpiva sempre sotto. Il colpo lo batteva di sotto, cioè pugilato.
He was complaining because he was receiving all the time the punch on his stomach.
All right, your wife Rose has joined you. Congratulations. Grazie. Grazie. All right, let us try to find Mike McCallum if we can. Well, I guess we have no time to do that right now. So from the chaos in the ring here, we're going to go back to Frank Gifford in our studio. Frank?